Hello everyone, my name is Raja Jamwal and this is a demo about the app Compass, which allows you to connect multiple Claude instances in your Slack instance. Now, once you're done adding the Compass app to a Slack channel, you can use the cwd/command to set the active directory for that channel. This will set the default directory for the channel, so whenever Claude Code will execute, that will be assumed as the current directory. You can message the Compass application with the prompt and you'll immediately see the feedback that your request is being processed. Now inside a thread, you can switch or change the active directory to any directory that you want. Every thread can have its own separate directory, which it is basically connected to. Compass has first-class sophisticated integration with directories with our Git repos. So if you set a working directory to a Git repo, Compass application internally creates a different worktree for every thread. The experience is truly seamless. The end user does not realize that they are working in a Git worktree. The benefit is you can have a whole lot of parallel conversations happening about the same Git project in different threads, and they would not have immediate conflicts. The system also takes care of vacuuming the older worktrees so that there is no clutter on the disk. Now, I would like to show you a demo about using the sub-agents, architecture, and how they show up in the Compass. Now, here's a demo prompt that I sent in the channel, which would trigger the sub-agents. As you can see, the prompt is getting executed by the Claude Code, and the response is streaming live into the Slack in different blocks. You can use the Compass application for long-running tasks which are executing in a thread. Think about the possibilities of having different conversations in different threads all at the same time and delegating some long-running tasks in the background to these agents. Now here's another demo that I want to show you for long-running tasks which involve planning by the Claude. Now here I have a sample prompt which I'm using for triggering the planning internally by Claude Code. As you can see, the UI is very intuitive. As and when the Claude Code decides on to go into a plan mode, those details are piped into the Slack with completion indicators as well. If you have played with Claude Code, you would be aware that sometimes if you are sending some prompt to the Claude Code can get into a question mode where it will ask you to pick certain options from the choices, or it will ask you certain questions for clarification. Compass has first-class integration with all these interactive elements of Claude Code within Slack. What you're looking at right now is the question mode, which is triggered internally in Claude Code, which gets rendered in the Compass. As you can see in the background, whatever planning is going on, we continue to update the planning with new details as they are coming through. Once the user will provide the resolution to the questions, the Compass will resume the execution from where it left. And as you can see right now, the conversation evolved to other sub-agent execution, which is taking care of implementation of one of the cache plans. All of this is packaged into a very intuitive UI in Slack. Compass also has an internal conversation checkpointing system wherein it figures out what is the missing context in a long-running thread. Now, once you mention the Compass in a long-running thread, it will figure out the optimized context before it was mentioned in that particular thread. Now, when the thread will evolve in the conversation with other internal team members and you do a mention of the Compass again, it will figure out the missing context in between. While it is executing, I would also like to mention the reminder system which Compass is using. Using the reminder system, you can ask the Compass in a natural language to set some sort of a reminder of combination of tools. For example, if you are using it for GTM use cases and you have the right MCPs connected on your local Claude Code instance, you can set a prompt in the channel. You just have to mention the Compass and say, hey, please remind me every morning to check new prospects from my email and do a lead qualification using web search or some XYZ MCP tool. What will happen is the Compass will keep a reminder in its system to re-trigger those prompts in the channel. You can specify any sorts of recurrence in natural language. It could be anything which could be done every day, every morning, bi-weekly, bi-monthly, once in a 3 month, or anything like that. Compass automatically parses the conversation to figure out the right recurrence and then re-trigger those prompts at the right time. You can use the same re-triggering system to trigger one instance of the Compass application against the another. Think of this use case where you have multiple Compass application installed in a Slack workspace. One is pointing to a Claude Code using Anthropic API, and the another one is using another LLM. It could be a locally running Llama or some other inexpensive LLM provider. The Compass application talking to the Anthropic using Opus model can act more like a supervisor and a manager and keep delegating long-running tasks to the another model. Now, once the worker is done executing the job, it can use the same re-triggering system to pipe the results back to the manager. In this case, your supervisor Compass application pointing to the Anthropic API for verification. Compass can use the same self-prompting system to figure out a task. If something is not possible right now, it can set reminders for itself to go figure out something after maybe an hour, and so on and so forth. You can also DM the Compass integration from anywhere in the Slack while you're working on the thread. You can open the assistant in a side view wherein you can DM your request to the Compass. All the capabilities that we spoke about are also available in the DM. That's all for this demo. The application is all open source. You'll find the link of the Git repository in the comments, and you will also find the setup video of setting it up on your Slack workspace. If you do like the Compass, do not forget to add the stars on the Git repository. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.